That's a fine vintage. 2002 Margaret River Shiraz. Yeah, out of a driver's jar.
Cab Sav.
Of course. Cab Sav.
Yeah, it was a Cab Sav.
I always mix up the Cab Sav and the Shiraz. Especially when it's from Margaret River. In a driver's jar.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we're back.
We are back. And we're live.
Yeah.
Streaming.
We sort of have probably faked live in the past in JarFM, but we're actually streaming. If everyone can give a piece out. Woo. Yeah, and then the GoPro for later on. Woo! Boom. But welcome back. There's it's a table of action at the moment, isn't it? It's been a hive of activity this morning, getting it all up. We got a producer Ribble 2.0 just driving the ship, and she's on a steady course towards Cab Sav drunkenness. It looks like.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely the most productive a producer has ever been on this show as well.
Yeah, well, producer Ribble 1.0 used to sort of bash down the door halfway through an episode.
Eating pizza.
Eating pizza. Oh fuck! What the fuck?
I think he made tacos at one point.
He did, yeah.
Mid-show, yeah, that was pretty good.
But anyway, JarFM, we're back. Introduce yourself.
I'm DVT. Wouldn't have thought an introduction was necessary, but you know,
Wave at the camera.
that's me. I'm the captain.
Well, I'm Michael. Back.
I'm Roland, here live, not sending in Roland reports anymore, doing it fresh off the button. If I'm going to coin that phrase, fresh off the
Fresh
button,
off the
it's
button.
the new one, fresh off the button.
Oh, we've got the new lame chicken response there as well. It's basically you just you grab the cock when something's a bit lame, and
Choke the cock.
yeah, that's it. But yeah, I'm Stu. I'm back after a summer away, and been missing this, and we're coming back in tonight to talk about dogs.
Tonight.
Well, it's afternoon. You know, I'm
It's
used to
after-
it being a night type of thing.
It's after midday. It's night time.
Dogs.
Might as well be.
That's right.
Yeah.
You like dags? I like dags.
Dogs are weird. I think I like when I had a dog, but other people's dogs I don't like really.
I've never had a dog.
More of a cat man.
Yeah, my mum was a cat lady.
I've had both.
Yep.
I really liked my dog because he was totally awesome. I also like my cat because he's totally like my dog because I trained him like a dog. And he's totally awesome. But dogs are funny because, like, I believe in strictly trained dogs. I think that they need to be the bottom of the pack and that they need to be trained well. But when you go to
Completely
someone's
agree.
house and their dog jumps up on you and they're all over you,
It's like fuck off.
Can't be dealing with that shit.
No.
and I just do that. No, get down. Stop it. And people are like, oh my God, what's wrong? You're treating my dog. And I'm like, are you serious? That's how you're supposed to treat dogs.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what I can't be dealing with. Little white fluffy dogs who come back here. Oh, he's all right. He doesn't bite. Well, I kick. So, not that I'd ever kick a dog, but it's just annoying. Don't treat them like they're a cat.
It's that one where they say, oh, he's all right. He's all right. And you're like, no, he's not fucking all right.
Yeah, he's annoying me.
He's jumping on me and trying to lick my crotch.
Yeah. And when that's like a boxer or something, that's not fun. It's not fun at all. And it's like, oh, isn't he cute? No, he's not. He's got massive nails. He's like biting me.
And he's all feet and he's up in my face.
Yeah, and he
he's that tall.
stinks.
Dogs have a distinct smell, don't they?
Yeah, they stink.
They smell like dog.
It's a stench.
Yeah.
Like a wet dog.
And once it's on you, like if they wipe it on your arm or something, it's there.
Yeah.
It's there forever.
And then you smell like dog.
Yeah. But you're right. You just got to be firm from the start, and they know their place.
Yeah.
And that's what they like.
They thrive off that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they don't want to be treated like.
Von Trapp had a terrier, a bull terrier.
Yeah. It's got a staffy now. She jumps on everyone and everything, and I'm all right with it.
It's you.
Let the wild animal be free, I say. Let them do what they want.
Let it run out onto Algar
Cats
Road.
do what they want. Cats don't listen to anyone.
But cats are made like that. They're meant to be like that. Dogs are
So
meant to
are
be part
dogs.
of a pack.
Yeah, but they still do whatever the fuck they
I'm
want.
going to put it out there and say I've been annoyed at your place before. Von Trapp.
Yeah,
Been
and
annoyed by
that was
dogs.
before I even had a dog.
Von Trapp sniffing around your crotch.
Jumping up on you.
and he's got a distinctive smell. I'm closest, and I can pick it up.
Yeah,
And
well,
once it's on you, it never
that's
goes
right.
off.
That's right. That's what she said. Oh yeah.
Let's face it, Von Trapp, some of your dogs haven't been the most well behaved. We had D back in the day. D was fresh. That was a bull terrier.
Yeah.
And that bull terrier, that thrived on the sort of give it a bit of a kick, sit, sort of.
Yep.
Vibe.
She didn't.
If you did not do that, it would be all over you and biting.
She didn't mind the rough and tumble. It's true.
That's right.
It's what I like in a dog.
I actually had a play fight with D in the Murray River one time. I thought it was a play fight, and then all of a sudden I was under the water. I was like, what's going on here?
Just holding your head under going,
Yeah.
This is what happens when you take me on.
That's right. Well, eventually dogs are going to be the dominant species on the planet because we're just letting them roam free, and they will eventually kill us all.
Have you seen the Samba dogs?
The Samba dogs.
The Samba dogs. The dogs that walk on their back feet and wiggle their hips like they're dancing to Samba. That's the next stage in dog evolution. They're standing up.
Once they stand up, it's all over. It's like sharks when they come on land.
Nostradamus, right? When the Samba dogs approach, the end of man cometh.
Yeah, I think I read that somewhere.
Dancing with the dogs.
Dancing with the dogs. Yeah, he wrote a song about it.
Well, yeah, look, I mean, I think Australia, there's lots of wild dogs. Heaps. You hear about wild cats, but there's just as many wild dogs.
Are we talking dingoes, or are we talking other dogs that have been domesticated and then got out?
Wild dogs.
Well,
And they tear, like, populations of kangaroos and everything apart.
Well, they breed with the dingoes, so they're half domestic, half dingo. So they're sort of breeding in that lack of fear of humans as well.
I had a dog moment in Malaysia.
What was his name?
I don't know why. I don't know why what Roland was saying there sparked my brain on that.
And
Samba dogs.
I decided that I'd had enough because I was in Penang in the tourist area, and I had enough of fat Australians, South Africans, and Poms.
So you went and found a dog that would grind on you? Or?
No, well, so I walked up towards this national park that I'd been in the day before, which is awesome. It was like being up in far north Queensland, like the rainforest comes all the way to the water. It was really nice. And I was walking back along the beach, and I just walked down onto the beach, and then 3 dogs just came from nowhere and started chasing me down the beach.
Oh.
And when I'm in Malaysia, I'm not sure whether they're like rabies dogs or...
Yeah, that's right.
God.
And I didn't know whether they were pet dogs. They looked pretty vicious, and there was saliva coming
they're
out.
in a pack.
3 of them.
Holy crap.
3 of them. And so I just kept walking as if nothing was going on. But one got right up in my grill, like I'm talking 2 meters away, and started jumping up and down. So I kept walking towards the water, and I actually walked into the water. I was that scared that I walked into the water, and it was following me all the way. And I just had to take my phone and wallet out of my pants and just keep going in the water just so that the dog wouldn't come in. And then I got away. It was actually probably the most terrified I've ever been.
That's fucked.
Jeez, that's intense, man.
It was intense. I've had nightmares about it since.
Have you really?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that about nightmares because I used to have a recurring nightmare where I got chased by a dog. I reckon probably heaps of people have. But I remember getting bitten on the ass walking home from school by this dog, and I had a recurring dream. And it belonged to this wog who lived next door. It was, but
He bit my bottom.
yeah, well, but it fucking hurt. Stupid little fucking dog. One of those little yappy bastards. That's why I've always hated them. But it belonged to this wog down the street, and my recurring nightmare, always ended, and I was in his shed out the back, and he like walked in and closed the door. I turned around, and it was black, and I'd wake up. So and no matter what I was dreaming about, it always ended there. Him and the dog chasing me into the shed. It was pretty fucked up. So I went and sort of stole some shit from his shed and made my peace. And I never had the dream again.
That's why I never go in sheds.
That's why I don't wear pants.
Oh, man. I'd love to see you explain to him why you stole his lawnmower. Your dog bit me on my bottom.
I didn't speak much English. Wouldn't have mattered, I don't think.
So who's got a dog now? I've got one.
No, I don't have a dog. I've got a cat that I treat like a dog, and it's a good cat.
Yeah, good. Just get down, boy. Get on, go on, get down.
He doesn't respond to talking.
Doesn't.
No, it's just
wouldn't
the way
have
I
thought so.
treat him. Like I dominate him, and if he gets up on my bed
Push
when I
him
don't want him, I
off.
just push him off. And if he meows, I ignore him, and
Yeah,
I chase him.
that's right. Yeah. Take him for a walk on the lead.
Yeah,
Take him out on the lead.
feed him big bones.
Yeah.
Put him in fighting
Doesn't-
pits.
They can be amazingly smart. Like I used to love watching the sheepdog trials on TV. That was fresh.
You know collie dogs, like lassie dogs?
Border
Yeah.
collies? Or,
Nah, collies. They're super smart. We were down at our park we've got a puppy school at our park, and there was a collie dog there, just like sitting there listening to, like fully listening to the teacher talking to it. It was intense.
Mozart.
Doing a self-portrait on
Sitting back with the brandy. I was fully listening to that.
I don't care if you're
You
down
make an
the well,
excellent point.
Timmy.
Learning to samba.
Yeah.
How to samba for dummies.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a dog. I've never had a dog. I don't want to have a dog. The only way I'd have a dog is if I had a girlfriend that told me that I had to have a dog.
Yeah. And then you'd have 2 dogs. Yeah.
There are those couples, aren't they?
Yep.
That are
Dog couples.
yeah.
Well, puppy schools as well.
Are there
Yeah.
any footballers that might own a dog
Oh yeah, there's
that maybe was forced on them by a girlfriend or wife?
I didn't even think of that, but yeah, down Union Road in Ascot Vale, there's a certain Richmond footballer. I won't say his name, but it rhymes with Rent Cochin. And he's got these 2 white fluffy dogs. And I rocked up to work one day, and they were tied on the bike post, like the bike ring where you tie your bikes. And these 2 annoying dogs. I'm trying to chain my bike up, and they're all getting like running around, like trying to
bite your bum.
yeah,
and
and I'm
everything.
like elbowing them out of the way. And I thought it was pretty funny because they went up against my chain and it was getting all greasy and shit. It was pretty funny. This super fresh chick walks out and goes, "Oh, is there anything wrong?" And I was still looking down and go, "Yeah, you fucking dog is really annoying." Looked up and she's super fresh. So I'm like, that's all right. And then, like, they're actually all right. And then,
Nice puppies.
then Rent came out. He's like, "Oh, is there a problem here or something?" Like, try to be a big hero. I'm just like, whatever, mate. And then he unchains them and they start walking, doing laps up and down Union Road in Ascot Vale with 2 fluffy dogs. He's just walking 3 dogs up and down the street.
Yeah. Or with the dogs walking him, Michael.
So, yeah, we call him the Puffy Dog.
He's
now.
walking, eh?
Yeah, he's fucking walking. I have a dog at home.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's my dog.
He's a lion now.
Yeah, he's a lion, but then he went to Queensland
Pomeranian.
and got a jumper of the Suns and not the Lions. I thought that was a bit weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
But he gets around as Snoop Lion, formerly Snoop Dogg, because no one knows who he is when he says Snoop Lion. So what's the point of changing your name if you're like, yeah, my name's Brett, used to be called Roland? Oh, you mean Roland? Yeah, Brett.
Yeah.
Brett. Yeah.
That's exactly
Well,
what I mean.
the one I can remember of that is Puff Daddy, and then he went to P Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs.
Yeah. P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Why would you choose P. Diddy? I get Puff Daddy, puffy vests, puff yourself up, Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Shorter.
It's like something that a little kid calls their penis or something.
It's roughly what he is, right?
I hurt my Diddy. Oh, Mum, I hurt my Diddy.
Is he still going? Is he still around?
Isn't he Puff Daddy again? Didn't he go back
I think
to
so.
Is he the king of the auto tune?
He might
who's
well
that
be.
one?
That's
Jason Derulo.
That's Mr. Beyonce.
Mr. Worldwide.
Jay-Z.
Oh,
Oh, JZ.
Get the word out, you motherfucker. Buy a name.
Yeah,
Whatever.
right.
talented guy. Well done.
You like him?
Nah. What a spastic.
What do you mean? What a spastic?
What's wrong with him?
He's a no talent hack.
He's a pretty good rapper.
Yeah, I don't know
Anything he
about that.
does.
That's right, but
He
the
kind of
thing-
just talks. I don't think he's really classified.
he's a
as
fair
rap.
gangster rapper, though, isn't he? Producer Rebel 2.0.
Yeah.
Made a lot of his money being an anti-feminist and sort of married to like the pro-feminist person in the world at the moment, which is I find a little bit weird.
I never paid any attention to Jay-Z because of his collaborations with Linkin. Was it Linkin Park? Or
Yeah, he did stuff with a bunch of bands, but Linkin Park was.
He's no Snoop Dogg though.
Oh no. Oh no.
Did you know Snoop Dogg became a pimp?
For
After
real?
talking about it for real. Yeah, yeah. Like he wanted to be a pimp, so he became a pimp, and now he's not pimping.
Oh.
Yeah, well, once you got enough money, you can do whatever you want. So if that's your long-term
that's
goal,
right. Yeah,
you might as well action it for some
Well,
part of your life.
I
So
mean-
you can look back and say, you know what? I always wanted to be a pimp. I couldn't make it happen because I didn't have the funds to start up my pimping business. But then I rapped and I made lots of money and I became a pimp and I feel fulfilled. And now I'm ready to let pimping go because I think I've done everything in the pimping area of my life.
It's a retirement plan.
I guess he found out the hard way that pimping ain't easy.
No.
Just like his hose.
Yeah.
Find out the hard way.
Yeah, and that's not all that offensive because they are hoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They know what they're in for.
Yeah.
Do you want to cue us up for a song there, Stuart?
Yeah, let's do it. What are we going to go with?
Ribble 2.0 all over it.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
the way
so-
Ribble 2.0 just comes in floating in a voice over the ether.
Well, in the tradition of JarFM,
Was that
Not
a
anymore.
little head poking in?
No.
we got some independent stuff that we've illegally downloaded off the internet. So
Yeah.
what do we
Fuck
want to
the
go with
internet.
first? I want to go with my one first.
Okay.
This is a bloke called Mr. Stench. And,
Mr. Stench.
Yep.
I
Just like
it
a
already.
dog.
Yep. Yeah. Back on it.
That was smooth.
So who was that?
That's Mr. Stench.
So what's his deal? What's his story?
He's an office worker.
Mm-hmm.
He works in my office.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And on the weekends he cuts up music and does that sort of shit.
Cool. I
Yeah,
like
right.
it. Yeah.
He doesn't tell anyone about it. I just found him on SoundCloud and off I go.
Yeah, that's
just
good.
stalking your co-workers.
I like
Standard.
the smoothness of what he does. Some of his stuff, it's not my cup of tea, but he had
Yeah.
the same conversation with me the other day about folk music, sort of guitar-based sort of singer-songwriter stuff's not necessarily his cup of music. So, but the smooth stuff like that he does, it's got that sort of head wobble
It
to it.
reminds me of those when the chill out albums first came out.
Yeah.
Before they started putting like separate songs in, someone would mix a whole lot, and it was just like that. And having it on the background is super fresh. Just gets you in a
Good
tone
tone.
mood. Yeah.
Yeah. So for a jar rating, our first one of the new season,
Yeah.
2014 Jar FM,
Mm-hmm.
I want to give it 5.5 jars.
Wow.
Wow.
That's super smooth, and it's brevity is the soul of wit. Doesn't go too long.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes there, just that's enough. You know, you've smoothed me out enough, and 5.5 jars of Coonawarra Cab Sav.
Not Margaret River.
No, Margaret River is more of a we're told it's more of a white wine region. SSBs.
Oh,
Yep.
Thanks.
Semillon Savignon blanks. And
Shooting blanks.
but the funny thing was that when I was there, I loved the Shiraz and the Cab Savs they do there. So I don't know. Bloody go figure.
5.5 jars. Well done, Mr. Stanch. Yeah, cool.
Stenchy.
So dogs. I was thinking. Well, I think one of the reasons why we wanted to. Well, dogs first came up was talking about like the king hit situation. I think it was producer Ribble 2.0 who said it used to be called a dog act.
Yeah, dog
And I
act.
think, they're all talking about like coward punch and all this rubbish. Dog act is really good. And it's like, I was thinking in the 90s, it's really funny how if you called someone a dog, that was like a very heavy weighted insult. And for a girl, a bitch was the same. And it was just weird.
Bitch was full
And
on
now-
back in the 90s.
And now it's weird how cunt has taken over. When cunt is a vagina, I'd much rather be associated with. I like vaginas. Like, I mean, they're pretty fresh.
Yeah, I like them. I like them.
I'd hate to be compared to a dog compared to a piece
Well,
of female.
isn't a
anatomy.
dog like the ultimate insult for a gangster?
No.
Well,
It's a mafia?
A rat.
Oh, a rat.
That's when you
Oh, that's a rat.
I know someone who works in the system,
vaginas.
and he says that dog is still a word that's used as it's the most ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't it
your
is-
dog cunt
Yeah.
is
Yeah. I just remember you're a fucking dog, and it would be like, woo.
But it's more of an Australian thing, I think, because dog in America is less. It's more used as a term of endearment.
Dog.
Yeah, it's used in a different way, but in Australia,
It's a different type of saying, though.
Well, America-
dog
Yeah.
to dog.
It's
The,
the same
the Yanks
thing,
have a tendency to do that, turn derogative terms into terms of endearment.
Yeah, bitches.
Nigger is one of them.
Bitches. Oh, my bitches. Yo, my bitches. And girls say it now.
Biatch.
They're all
Yeah,
like, yeah,
you're
they're
my
my
bitch.
bitches.
Yeah.
It's like,
They
well,
sort of take the power away from it by
Yeah.
using it as a positive term.
yeah.
Did you know that vandal is a racist term?
Vandal.
Yeah, because they're actually a race of people, and so when people behaved untowardly or they caused destruction to things or they carried out raids, which is a pretty bad thing to do, but you'd be described as a vandal.
Is that what they did?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's like a
vandals were like
a Viking.
They were like Vikings. Yeah.
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 So when they disappeared, and people still continue to use the term in a derogatory way. So,
There you go.
yeah,
Producer
it's a-
Ribble 2.0 just with some
dropping
Yeah.
knowledge.
just dropping knowledge
dropping
on
the
us.
facts.
Something
We'll here just talk the rubbish, and then every now and then a little fact will drop in and put us all back in our place. Yeah, good. Thanks. Speaking of dog, that's actually my email address. My email address, G-double-dog.
Just giving it out there.
D-A-W.
D-A-W-G.
Giving it
Yeah.
out to the spammers all around the world.
Came from Snoop Dogg and the whole original gangster and that sort of stuff. And a friend of mine used to call each other G-Dog and stuff like that when we were at high school, and that became my email address. And now I have to give that out as a professional thing. And they're like, G-double-dog at fhiphophiphopper.com, and they're like, pardon? I'm like, I'll just spell it. I'll spell it D-A-W-G. And then they read it, they're like, oh, okay. Okay.
You could upgrade to something. You could always upgrade to something else. Like
You could sort that out for him, couldn't you?
yeah.
Contract?
I could probably get you. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster at hotmail.com or something like that.
Crisper at where'smyredbear.com.
Yeah. A friend of mine had an awesome one. He was monsterschlong at hotmail.com. Yeah.
Monster schlong.
Yeah. Email him.
Send him an
Monsterschlong at
email. He'll love
hotmail.com.
Okay, well,
Pictures, welcome.
what was your very first email that you made, Stu?
Finners@mac.com.
Finners@mac. That's pretty okay.
I don't remember the first one I made.
I've got no idea. It would be drug related.
That's for
I
sure.
reckon. Yeah. I don't know. I used to just Jack Dad's email account most of the time because it was easier. Because when you wanted to set up, I remember with Hotmail, if you wanted to set up a Hotmail account, you had to have an existing email to be able to register.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
why you
shit
had
just
to
did my
use
head in.
Yahoo. I think was probably one of the first ones that you could just make it straight off the bat.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
shitloads
And
of
mine
Yahoo
was
accounts.
mine was stowtoadf1 at yahoo.com.
Mine was
Just typing in stuff like stow. Can't do that.
yeah.
Stow toad. No, it's still not there. Stow toad F1. Yeah.
Mine was Roland is hot at hotmail.com. I used to say it's Roland I shot, and they'd write it down and be like, hang on a second. Like, boom. Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
But my first email address was actually a school-based one, and I got Lewis R at trinity.vic.gov.edu.au, and if you say Lewis R as one word, it's loser.
Have a shoot one.
Yeah. So I had the loser account.
Clues in the title. I like it.
Yeah,
So,
nice. What's the difference between? I was just listening to Roland talking shit before. What's the difference between DAWG and the DOGG as wrapped by Snoop Dogg? What's the difference?
Snoop Dogg owns those two G's. No one else uses it.
And it's not actually dog.
it's dog. But
it's not DOG. It's not dog. It's DOGG. So it's like he's gangster.
Yeah, no, but what's the
it's more fun to rap.
Is there a difference
It's a
between
DOGG.
DAWG? What does that mean?
Dog. It's phonetically spelt. It's also not dog.
Is that like Dagwood dog?
No, they're daggy. Mine's cool. Everyone, I'm cool. Can't do that on radio.
No, that's right.
You just did.
We're live. Look, people can look at it.
I'm on the TV.
We need some signage. Maybe some JarFM thing in the background so people know what they're viewing.
Well, I might be able to put something on my head. Getting a nice reflection of the Malloy's place next door.
Maybe we get JarFM logos on our tops.
Maybe.
We get the camera a bit
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah.
Speaking of dog acts
Yeah.
and the Malloys next door. So, it's currently streaming live from Camberwell, my mum's place, while she's away in Adelaide drinking a 2002 Cab Sav.
As
Yeah,
the CIA
Barossa Valley,
narrows down
another
our
region.
location.
It's, a while back, when extensions were the things, when everyone was doing extensions to their houses. Now it's just
It's so 2005.
now it's just a full demolish and put up, something shit like Fibro Shack style with 7 air conditioning units because you don't want to have one room that's air conditioning. You need a whole house, and it's cheaper to put in 7 units than it is to put in like a whole house air conditioning type situation. That's what it sounds like. Actually, that noise that you're hearing now is what it sounds like when number 4 Brixton Street in Flemington has their air conditioning on.
They do. Wayne and Claire, and you can hear it through the wall. 7 o'clock in the morning. Wouldn't have thought you needed air conditioning.
you don't.
Pumping, Wayne.
You
Come
don't.
on.
It's
course you do.
so you can sleep in and have your doona on. Yeah,
They've got a dog, Eddie.
they do.
Well, the
Cries
dog
a little
probably
bit when
likes
they
it.
leave.
Don't want the dog panning and, dribbling dribbles.
You guys
everywhere.
are drifting away from what I was trying to say,
Yeah,
which
sorry.
was back in the day when extensions were the norm. The biggest dog act happened next door when my mum refused to approve the planning for what was going to be a 3-story mega construction on the north side of our property. And then the next door neighbour, going through some sort of loophole through the council, lodged some crap. Like, what's that book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they put it in like a underground cellar in a filing cabinet that if you don't respond to in 2 working days, that basically it gets through. So they built this brick monstrosity with like 9 bedrooms for 3 kids, 2 of which were about to move out because they were like getting towards the end of school. And we're left with this dog act of a house next door.
Well, we sort of rectified that situation on a small scale during
Throwing
construction.
Yeah, tell me this. I've heard this once, and I want to hear it again. It's very, very funny. Is this the
I forgot
trolley?
about
From
that.
trolley?
I forgot about this.
Yeah, come on, Von Trapp.
So during the construction of this said monstrosity, it was open to all comers. In reality, if you felt so inclined to go and get in there, and the Memoir and Von Trapp were just down at the
Me and you.
the local. yeah. I don't mind talking in the third person, but down at the local watering hole at the Palace. Down at the local. Now it's present day. But we were down at the Palace and we got quite hungry, I'm pretty sure. So we went to the Safeway and spent our remaining money on I don't know. Probably wasn't a lot of food in reality.
Frozen pizzas and chips, I think.
Yeah, frozen produce. And then we put it all in a trolley. We
Not
could have
any hot
carried it.
dogs?
No, there might have been hot dogs. But we put it all in a trolley because we didn't want to carry it, which is fair enough. And we walked the trolley home. Yeah. And so we get to the next door neighbour's house. So we're almost at our destination, pretty drunk, stumbling our way back. And there's a wooden gangplank going all the way up into the top part of their house. And this is about 3 a.m, so they would have been asleep downstairs. And we thought it was a really good idea to we didn't need the trolley anymore, so we took the groceries out, left them on the footpath, and pitch black. We're pretty drunk, so balance wasn't fantastic. And we're walking up this gangplank while the family below sleep, unaware, and we left a shopping trolley in their extension, and then proceeded to go home, have a good laugh about it, and eat our frozen pizzas, and then
And
pass
they never
out.
knew until now.
If they're listening, have a shit one, basically. We did it, and we're happy about it, and I don't regret a second of it.
Is this the guy who was here before?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was here about an hour ago.
Like if we didn't give him the URL.
Yeah, we didn't give it to him, so if he hears it, it was me.
The funny thing about it, though, that story, was that I'm really, really good mates, as is DVT, with their son, who's a ripper bloke, by the way. And he was telling me this story about a shopping trolley, and he's like, couldn't believe it. Like, we found this shopping trolley in our roof of our extension. Like, how the hell? Who got up there, and when did they do it? Like, and I let it go for a couple of months, but he kept mentioning it. And one time, I couldn't hold it in. I was like, it was so funny, and I was so proud of. I was so proud of it. I owned up.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, you're talking about the air conditioning before. A big thing that happened in the recent Melbourne heat spell is I saw all these posts, and even on TV, people saying leave your air conditioning on while you're at work for your pets. When is that a thing now?
No, that's because people are idiots.
Well, no,
But
no, no.
they were
Whoa,
telling
whoa, whoa.
you to do it.
Whoa.
Who's
Whoa.
they?
Ah.
Whoa.
Well, the media
Whoa.
tell everyone what to do. The Herald Sun says it, so it's real.
Supreme Leader says global warming isn't a thing. So, why not leave your aircon running? I would.
Just for our first-time listeners, Supreme Leader being Tony Abbott, Prime Minister of Australia.
He's the king of our country. He's the captain.
Oh, Captain, my
Salute
Captain.
to you, my friend. And
He's a dog.
Hey, look, if he says leave your
He's a dog
aircon
cunt.
running, I'm running with it. If the majority of our country says he's our leader, then I'm with the majority. Come on, let's get around him.
That's a pack of dogs type of mentality if ever I've heard of one.
Oh yeah, yes. Sadly, I didn't vote for him. I can't claim that I voted for him. Unfortunately, I think I voted for the Sex Party or something because
Bullet Train Party of Australia.
Bullet Train Party.
Oh
all the
wait,
way.
no.
Bruce Poon.
Bruce Poon. I voted for Bruce.
Party
Poon.
Animal Justice.
Yes.
Party Animal Justice.
Party of Animal Justice.
He loves all the dogs.
He loves the
very
dogs. Yeah,
Party animal justice, so justice for party animals. It's
Well,
like,
it-
I went
yeah.
out like 3 weeks in a row.
Well, that's
there.
the thing. It was actually Animal Justice Party, but
Yeah.
I reckon they spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I reckon they got it wrong, and they did it deliberately so that people kind of went, "This Bruce Poon, he's not really about the party animals," but mate, he would be, and I really hope he comes up again because I'm voting Bruce Poon, number one, Bruce Poon. I want to be on your campaign trail, Bruce. If you're
send it to
listening, I want to be all about the Poon.
Yep,
And,
we're more than happy to have you on.
Yeah,
and
I'm,
to
a,
talk
I'm a bit of
about
a party animal, so I'm
Yeah.
happy to join the party animal party.
And look, if he becomes Supreme Leader, things might be a little different. You might maybe not want to leave your aircon on all day when you're not at home.
there'll be less dogs in Parliament.
There'll be less dogs in Parliament, yes. And but yeah, Bruce, if you're listening,
Mangy, stinking dogs of Parliament.
get around
Tony
JarFM
Abbott's
because
the
we're
alpha.
we're Bruce, or I'm a Bruce Poon supporter. I don't know
Yeah.
about you guys, but
Fucking
you guys can have some Tony Abbott. You know, who voted for Tony Abbott here? I don't. You don't have to tell me. I don't really care, but so I'm just curious.
It wasn't the sight I thought my eyes would experience when the tin arrived. die. But it's something that I must get used to. My basic operation prevents the ulcers. I think of it as medication. And when they cut me open, I won't go away. I'll pull you like my escape. I'm up in the night, thoughts multiplying. It's not a surprise, I'm sleep deprived. Won't let my world die. 'Cause I don't intend to let it take it. I made the preparations, but I'm the armored. So I'm ready for the lacerations. Don't you decide, hold my eyes on. And when they cut me open, I won't go away. I'll pull you like my escape. They'll try to catch me, but they'll try it much too late. Failing to alter my fate. And when they cut me open, I won't go away. I'll pull you like my escape. They'll try to catch me, but they'll try it much too late. Failing to alter my fate.
Blood oath.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Who was that?
that was me. That was
you.
not me.
Oh,
that was my
nice.
choice.
Nice work.
Aha.
But that was Full Code with a song that they've named
TM squared
B,
underscore cut.
lowercase b in brackets T
Parentheses B.
plus M squared.
Oh, this could be a mathematical formula.
I think it
here.
is. I think code might be the.
We're going to leave that with
But
the Memoir.
they're
to
playing
try and
tonight
work
at the
out.
Espy
Well, Mass
supporting
Squared.
Awesome Wells. So if you liked it, come down for
I've
a
got
free show at the basement this evening.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
Well, that sounds good. Get down. Where was it? Basement.
At the basement,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice one.
At the SP.
Tonight.
Tonight,
Yeah.
supporting Awesome Wells.
I'm going.
I should be going.
So if you want to meet someone famous, you can come and meet me.
I think
He's big on the internet.
there's a chance we'll all be there.
at
but,
some point, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'll give it a jar rating. Look, I mean,
Give it out of 7.
yeah, I will.
That is
I'll
the
give it
standard.
a
as is tradition.
That is
I'll
the standard.
give it a 4.5 jar rating.
So you don't
I
think it's
really
very
liked
good?
it.
Didn't
Huh?
think it's very good?
Well, 5 is very, very good.
It's going to be awkward when you see them tonight.
Well, I mean, I don't think so. I prefer to see something
Just,
live before I give it an ultimate judging.
Fair enough. Too.
Because they might stink live. I'm sure they don't, but if I hear a band play something that's shit live that they've recorded really well, then I don't really want to listen to recording anymore.
So this puddle of mud.
But for the first time in JarFM history, I'm actually docking half a point off that jar rating
Why is that?
because I had to download that thing. And this is how it went. It couldn't be downloaded off a phone from SoundCloud because they haven't clicked the downloadable preference in that particular checkbox thing.
It's quarter of a point.
So basically what happened was it says, if you want a free download, click here. Can't do it on a phone, so I tried it on my laptop. Sends you to Facebook.
That's the other quarter of a point.
Facebook, like this page before you can download.
Oh, yeah, I like
Quarter
it.
of a point.
I like
Correct.
it. Well done.
And then it sends you, so once you like it, it sends you to an external thing, another site somewhere. So this is now 4 tabs have opened in my browser.
Fuck that.
And we
That's why
get
it's
there.
quarter points.
And this is where the last quarter goes because you get there, download experiencing errors, and I had to refresh my download. So I had to click like 6 or 7 times, go to 4 separate tabs. That's 4 quarters is a whole point, so that goes down to 3.5 jar rating out of 7.
Sounds like Big Pond. You ever tried to use a
Yeah.
website like that?
It was
Well, I've now got 3.5 jars of full strength Bundy.
Full strength Bundy.
Yeah.
straight Bundy.
OP.
That's better than Bundy Light.
So one of those one of the mixed cans of OP. They're fresh.
Yuck.
Yeah.
What's in the mixer?
Cola.
Cola. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're shaking your head? Ribble 2.0.
Yeah, I don't think that you should mix fucking soft drink with booze. You got to work for it.
Have you ever
is my
tasted
position.
straight Bundy?
I don't think you should drink Bundy. Like,
You've given this band a terrible review.
Hey, hold on. I gave them 4.5 jars and gave them a rap for tonight because they're supporting my band. And then I got docked, and that was half their fault, I guess.
Well, it was half my fault, but it was half Roland's fault because he went quarter points and he didn't realise how many points he was
He
giving.
he was just racking them up.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
Anyway, they had a big pond type setup. So let's hope they can produce a little bit better live, and everyone can come down the SB tonight and have a few beers and have a few jars.
Do
Cool.
things, yeah.
Speaking of dogs,
That's what we are speaking of.
yeah. Do you reckon there'll be any White Night tonight?
So you're talking
oh,
about
what
actual,
about that? I'm going, yeah. There'll be dogs.
you're talking about
Rebel 2.0 will be at White
actual
Night.
dogs or unattractive females
I'm talking about the trifecta:
Yeah.
dogs, girl dogs,
and dogs with dogs.
and punchy dogs.
And what about
One punch dogs.
and what about dog?
Dog acts.
Dog acts.
Dog out dogs.
And what about Snoop Doggy Dogs?
Snoop Dogg, 4
Gangsters,
dogs.
Yeah.
We're going the quadrangle.
Yeah.
You get
Quad dog.
multi-dog. White Night was a complete success. However, the over-doggedness of the doggy crowd made it too dog-like.
3 dogs out of 3.
That'll be Sandra Sully. Is she even a person anymore?
Yeah, well, she commentated the Sochi opening ceremony, which I watched a replay of.
Is that Bosnia Herzegovina?
Yeah, did you see that?
When
That's
she
very
was
funny.
commentating, Michael, was she doing what she used to do on Channel 10 just before Sports Tonight, flirting with all the boys?
It was outrageous. So there's a guy who clearly knows what the others don't. So there's 2 Aussie chicks, one Alyssa Camplin from Colgate and Sandra Sultry. And
Sound is sultry.
yeah. So she's really good with the name. So she's like, that is Arafishkanov Borashkanovish. And they handball the names to her, all the hard ones. And this guy, whoever he is, he's like the guy who knows the person who put it all together, the director or whatever. He goes,
Stavros Evaninko.
yeah, here's the Ukrainian flag bearer, and he's going to be a mouthful for Sandra Sully.
Was it was deliberate.
No, it wasn't. Well, I mean, you don't know how much.
But
it
she
is or
flirts
not.
with all the boys. That's all she does.
That little, it's handballing over to today tonight. I wonder what's going to be the play of the day. I'm sure there's been a lot of ball handling today.
There sure has, Sandra.
Yeah, that's right.
A couple of long drives from Tiger Woods there.
Yeah, that's right. But the thing was annoying about the opening ceremony, and they always do it. So there's this big theatrical moment, beautiful piece of music. There's dancers everywhere.
Beautiful piece of music. First time ever, I would have thought at an opening ceremony they
They had-
played good music.
They played Tchaikovsky, which
Did
I thought
they?
was fresh.
Is he
But,
Russian, is
but
he?
anyway, they tell you, Björk, No, she's not
No,
Russian.
she's Icelandic.
Yeah.
No. At
the opening
At
ceremony.
the opening of the
Dan-
Olympics,
Yeah,
once
yeah,
they
yeah.
played her shit. That was
Yeah,
it.
Ribble 2.0 was just trying to prove me wrong. He
Okay.
has.
Yeah. But what
Another
they do,
truth bomb.
the commentators tell you what's happening in the piece, like an artistic piece. So it's meant to, like all these dances with lights are meant to come together to form this dove, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing that they're out there dancing, and the commentator goes, so they've got 180 dancers here. They're all going to come and form a dove, which is the symbol of peace, which goes all the way back to the time of Noah's Ark. They actually said that.
All the way back.
They used Noah's Ark as like a time reference all the way back.
He sailed from Russia to Sweden, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where he got the bears.
He was Russian.
That's where he got the bears. Well, what dogs would he have taken on the Ark?
Huskies? No.
Oh,
Are you trying to actually like...
Where did the
Yeah.
for those of us who aren't religious,
Yeah.
where did the ark depart from? Africa?
Oh, Port Melbourne.
Israel.
just near the zoo somewhere.
Israel.
It's
Everything came from Israel.
modern day Assyria, I think. It's near.
Iran.
No, it's in
Jer-
between the
Jerusalem.
the Euphrates and the Tigris River. What?
Yeah, well,
Gibraltar
I
Strait.
think we need to clarify that it didn't actually exist.
Hey.
Hey. Hang on.
He
Science.
extradited to
Science.
the States for saying that.
Well, I could be extradited to the States.
Yeah, because you're on the internet
Yeah.
saying this shit.
Don't you know that science has refuted the fact that it can't be disproven that God exists?
Are you talking about a movie?
God is science.
Yes.
No,
I
no.
am.
Look, no. The point I made was I wanted to know where it departed from to try and get a gauge on what sort of species of dogs would be available to the people on the
It
boat.
departed
would be-
in the mind of a psychopath named Jesus Christ or some shit like that. I'm almost sick of talking about religion on JarFM because it's just so... It has no relevance whatsoever.
Well, let's use our imagination for a little while.
Yeah, that's
just like
religion,
when
definitely.
we're thinking of Puff the Magic Dragon, and like, I wonder where did he live?
He got crucified by
mean-
Santa.
Galilee, is that even a real place? But anyway, now let's use our imagination because I imagine
Fern Tree Galilee.
that that if Noah had dogs, they wouldn't be prescription dogs.
Yeah, they'd
You know,
be
like-
proper.
They're just the ones that you buy from the servo.
yeah. No, but you wouldn't have a Pomeranian
No,
because that's been
They'd be
specifically bred
proper
to be
dogs.
a Pomeranian.
And this
It'd
is
be
what's-
like what kind of dog would it be?
Like
This
those,
is the
like
pro-
those big,
Saint Bernard.
A Saint Bernard.
like those
Yeah.
big fuck off
Yeah.
Egyptian dog things.
Hang on, did it
Cerberus.
specify? Did
Yeah.
you get each, like two of each animal or two of each species? Because
Two of
Every
every
animal.
two of every
Yeah.
animal.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
every
He
animal.
had a few.
But
yeah.
hang on. He didn't have to get them. God gave them to him.
Yeah, they came
He
to
was
you.
just like, boom, they're all coming. Yeah, what do you mean? They're all coming.
Oh,
Build-
so-
build a
walking.
fuck off big
Yeah.
ark.
So all
No.
he had to do was build a ship big enough for 20 million times two animals. That's easy.
Probably more than that, but yeah.
I wish he...
most animals are insects and bats, so
Yeah.
should be all right.
Why'd he put the bloody mozzies
Mosquitoes, fucking
on?
idiot.
Why'd he put the mozzies
What a
on?
dickhead.
Well, heaps of them would have been able to hang around.
Do you know what I reckon? God sent them all because
Actually-
humans have free will. And he was like, well, he needs to choose which ones to keep.
Yeah.
And which ones to get rid
this
of.
was God
And
being-
he was going, well, God sent them all, so I got to take them all. And it's like a paradox.
But
and
you know
so
what?
now, do you know they're the biggest killers in the world?
Yeah, because God wanted to eventually send them to Africa to give them all AIDS because that was in his plan.
No,
'cause he knew he was
yeah.
gonna
But
do
also
that.
he wanted,
and he
'cause-
hates black children.
and he knew. No, but he also knew that the Poms. He also knew that the Poms were going to go to Africa and get malaria, and they needed to invent something,
Gin and tonic.
gin and tonics, to get over that. But I just wanted to raise something. All very, very interesting thoughts. Has everyone actually made this thought in their brain so far that God is dog backwards?
Hey.
Been planning this.
I have not been planning this.
God planned it.
Yeah, God. this is God's doing.
That's why he called himself God, because
Is
he
there
knew
some-
we would eventually do
Is there
JarFM
something
live.
there? Is there something there? Has someone gone, dog is the lowest thing possible and the highest thing possible is the opposite?
Well, Jesus actually made that point that the biggest thing and the smallest thing in the universe are the same thing.
So
We're
God
all
is a
one.
dog.
Yeah.
Fucking there it is. I've been waiting for that moment all my life,
Yeah.
and now I feel
So
fulfilled.
he's got a male dog or a female dog?
A bitch.
Or
He's a
neutered.
bitch.
Dog's a bitch.
Dogs. God's a
God's a bitch.
Does
And
God
I-
spell his name with two D's?
G-O-D-D.
D-D-O-G.
God.
Only
So
when,
that'd be
only when he's up in the
DOG.
club.
So dog back. He'd actually be called Gwad.
Gwad.
Gwad. Hello. Because he comes from Queens. Hey, hello, my name is Gwad.
Yeah, well, he's a Jew.
Yeah, he is. That's true.
It's science.
It's all. Oh my God! It's all starting to come.
It's
back.
all made sense right now.
Can we write the Bible, the Second Testament, where we actually explain all this shit?
The New Testament.
No, the New Testament. Can we write it?
The Fresh Testament.
Yeah.
New Testament 2.0.
It's just the Bible and then underneath the truth.
So we're just we're saying that the Bible's currently in beta version, and we're just gonna.
No, it was just written
Running
by someone
development,
super
yeah.
cryptic. They just wanted to be cryptic with that shit, and they didn't really want to tell you exactly how it all
Could it
is.
run Flash.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe it might run if it
Oh
ran.
my God.
If it
Bible's
ran
just
on
running
Windows Vista, you'd be in serious trouble.
Well, I think Windows 98 is clearly God's version of computers.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Microsoft.
But
Golf.
but hang on. If God's a bitch, then it's definitely Vista.
It's an iPad, isn't it?
iPad what?
He probably runs the universe from an iPad now. Just
Swipe on, swipe off, sort of deal.
Gestures.
yeah, just
Emoticons.
I think I've mentioned this on JarFM before, but I'm going to do it again. My favourite thing ever is the Far Side Gallery's God making shit. And he's in the pottery room making snakes, and he's just rubbing clay together with his hands, going, "These things are so easy." You wouldn't. I don't know if you'd be able to make
Gary Larson.
if you were doing the Earth via iPad now. How you'd go about
Just
it?
swipe.
No, I'd be just.
You can't
you'd
Bluetooth
render it.
anymore.
You'd render
Well,
it.
it's already done. You just use Google Earth
Yeah.
You just drop pins down.
and just multiply.
Is Google God?
Is Google God?
Is Google
Explain your
God?
thoughts, Roland.
Well, has God come down and gone? Oh, we got to get rid of Apple and Microsoft. We got to take back the technology world.
So that's Jesus'
Google's
second
God.
coming.
Yeah, Google.
Well, the first two letters obviously suit him quite well, and then he's trying to bamboozle these other companies, and
What's a mixture of bamboozle and God?
it's Google. Exactly.
We're covering some good ground here.
We should
The
write.
mysteries of the word.
We should write this shit down in hieroglyphics or something.
and bury it. It's
just
the one day someone
right.
just so
finds it.
nobody understands it but us.
We've got to roll it up and put it in a jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw it out to sea.
Probably time for another track, I reckon.
You got anything by God?
Yeah, I've got
Snoop God.
What have I got? I've got something. Is it by?
Is it just static?
No, it's by Charlie Lane.
It's totally listenable.
It's called Paper Heart Mix 1.
Or just paper heart, but you know.
Paper Heart.
Can we just remind the listeners who are watching live on the internet that we now know that you can't hear the music, but we're going to try.
Cop that in ya.
I love your brain, you're smart. I know you cut yourself on my teeny tiny paper heart. I love your arms. They hold me like balloons. Yeah, you taste like the time I ate those Tim Tams to myself. But you know you cut yourself from the start. You know you cut yourself on my teeny tiny paper heart. 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 Ooh, paper heart. And remember the time we fell apart. Your legs walked away like a jelly time. Remember the look on your face, like Casper, the friendly ghost. And remember, I told you in the first place, you know, you cut yourself from the start. You know, you cut yourself on my teeny tiny paper heart. 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 My teeny tiny paper heart is It's tearing us apart. It's tearing us apart. It's tearing us apart. It's tearing us apart.
Oh, yeah. Bit of Charlie Lane with
I think
Paper
that-
Heart Mix 1.
Yeah, I think that's DVT's the new manager of Charlie Lane, Derek
That's right.
Von Trapp.
Managing.
That's right. It all came about thanks to JarFM. So, yeah, without this show, me
The
managing,
world wouldn't exist.
That's right, exactly, and that's godlike in itself. But I like that song. There's a reason I picked it. I like it. It's poppy and it's pretty fresh. And I'll give it 5 jars.
Ooh.
And I'm going to go with one of our all-time favourite drinks because it's poppy and it's light and it's fun and
Passion.
and we enjoy it.
Fashion pop.
Yeah,
I'd definitely go 5 jars
fact,
of Fashion pop.
yeah, that's good.
Goonalicious.
I got to say something about this chick. Her promotional photographs are the best I've seen.
They're done by a
they're
group
fantastic.
called Onos, who also did Awesome Wells stuff.
Yeah, it's best
And
I've
they're,
seen. She's
and-
throwing up all these like sequin color type things into the air,
Yeah.
and like got this expression like blowing it out as if fuck off.
Yeah, get out of my face.
Exactly.
So you can find.
Motherfucker.
You can
No,
find,
like I'm saying that in a good way though.
Yeah.
Like it actually makes a lot of sense when you see
they're
it.
really good to work with. We've worked with them a fair bit. So it's ONOEOS. So 1 O's, yeah.
One of those, yeah.
Onos. But yeah, they do some really good stuff.
and yeah, you can
Need some
find Charlie
things
Lane
doing out
on
there.
Facebook.
5 jars of passion pop. Oh yeah.
five jars.
Any particular flavour? Is the original still the way to go?
No, see, I like
Passion
the-
fruit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is passion fruit, but I like the newer flavour, but I can't remember what it is. It's like a
strawberry type
It might be
deal?
strawberry, like, and it's like a pink champagne.
It's a berry infusion going on right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, look,
shit,
I mean,
yeah.
until you get to something like French, Bollinger or whatever,
It's not a lot of point.
I agree. I
much of a
honestly think so.
muchness.
Don't worry about Seaview or Eaglehawk or any of that sort of rubbish.
Yellow.
But if you can buy
Yellow,
Seaview,
oh my god, yellow is sickening.
but if you can buy Seaview for $12 a bottle, like who cares?
Yeah, but you can get
Yeah, but
you
Passion
can get
Pop's
Passion
$4
Pop for
a bottle
no,
still.
I
it's
see your
gone up.
point here.
It's gone up
But
to
if you don't
$5.
want something sweet, what if you don't want something sweet though?
then you got to get Brute.
Yeah, Seaview Brute,
which
It's
is
cheap.
nasty as anyway.
It's nasty, but it does.
Can
the
I
job.
interrupt just for a moment? We've had a request from the public sent
really?
through to my telephone.
Telephone device.
One of our devoted listeners wants to hear more from the chicken.
Oh yeah.
We can actually run probably a.
Yeah.
So who asked for the chicken?
Watch the port, chicken. Hey, cockhead, stop. Cock, stop.
Ellen and Q has asked for the
Helen
chicken.
in queue. So there's a bit of a chicken,
Chicken
dance
is
here.
going bananas right now.
And this is
This-
how we roll on JarFM.
This is the-
you ask and you shall receive.
If you're listening via podcast and it's not actually live anymore, I'd be interested to know
How that
whether
sort of
this
goes,
actually
yeah.
what this does. Like,
Well, I mean, in the past, the progression of JarFM has been as a live performance mixed into a jar cast that's later enjoyed, and you can be enjoyed multiple times.
Like a fine wine.
Matured.
I'm definitely inclined to maybe take it down the path of a purely live
Oh, yeah.
program.
And that's what we're doing
where
right now.
You have to listen live, or else you
Miss out, motherfucker.
miss out. Yeah, look, I mean, there might be some room to do a best of, or where you can get a clip, but make time in your schedule to listen to JarFM, because it's going to be the greatest Saturday morning radio show
Of all time.
of all time. Yeah, I think so. I
fuck
think
that
so.
Macca cunt on ABC. I think he's Sundays. But have you heard this guy? G'day, it's Macca
Oh, on Radio National.
on ABC.
Yeah, and all the
And all he does is he just goes, "We're going to play a song. It's a song called Under the Coolabah Tree from Slim Dusty or whatever, right?" And he
nothing wrong with Slim
basically,
Dusty.
no, I'm not having a go at Slim
You know,
Dusty. I'm
ragging
not
on the
having.
dustbuster.
What I'm saying is that on the weekends, during the week, everyone's like, got to do my shit, got to fucking do this, got to do that. Trains are fucked, they're not running on time, fucking got to get over here, got to fucking park my car here, fucking got a parking ticket that. Everyone's going nuts. But then on Sunday, it's okay to relax and then pretend that you're Australian again and go, yeah, it's Macca and he's out in the country talking to people out near bloody Port Augusta, you know. And
Come back to West.
but JarFM does all of that, and you can do it not just on a Sunday, you can do this any night.
That's true. Okay. Back to dogs.
Oh, did we
I was looking at
digress?
that's all right. I was looking at the chicken before doing the dance. There's a weird animal that's in between. We've spoken about dogs and cats. The fox.
Yeah, weird
Where
animal.
does it lie? Is it
It's
more-
like a cat, but it's got dog type of
I think it's
mentality.
got the cunningness of a cat,
Mm.
but probably the gait of a dog.
Well,
I
I'm
like
pretty sure
foxes.
it's a,
Like they've
I'm pretty
ruined
sure it's a
Australia,
dog.
but I think I've read somewhere that they're more closely related to cats than they are to dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go. We had had a vixen pull up camp near our the oval at the school
A
that I
vixen.
work at. A
As
vixen
in
is
like
a
a-
female fox.
As in a
netball
netballer.
player.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
was it Narelle McMahon?
Yeah, Narelle. Anyway,
Aussie
and we had
pride.
I thought it was Chappelle McMahon.
Talking about dogs. How come she didn't have to serve her sentence? She's guilty.
but Indonesia
Fucking
doesn't work
bullshit.
like that.
Yeah.
Is it-
You're guilty for a little bit of the time
Until you
and
pay
then-
a little bit of money. Yeah.
She's paid her debt to
until they
society.
need their
and,
ratings.
and she probably paid about $1 million or 5 million rupee or something, and now she's out.
$20.
Yeah. Mate, I'd love to be a millionaire over there. It'd be great. You just make it rain fucking 24/7.
Speaking of
Sorry,
Chappelle,
Rob.
speaking of Chappelle McMahon, hang on, no, we'll
I was
let
talking
Roland.
about-
We'll let,
he
yeah,
was
sorry.
talking about the vixens.
No, I like this Chappelle McMahon conversation thread. Carry on.
I'm ready to unload because
they you know,
I've been waiting 10 years. I have over long.
they have dogs in the prisons over there too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
most of
fine.
them are heroin
Mangy.
addicts and stuff.
No, but I mean actual mangy.
like real dogs.
Four-legged dogs.
What are they in there
They
for?
don't.
Oh, they're allowed to roam in and out of the prison apparently.
Oh, so they weren't caught smuggling drugs
No,
or
well, probably not. Even if they
knifing
were.
tourists.
No, but they're locals, so it's fine.
I
Oh,
remember.
yeah, in and out policy.
I remember when
Yeah.
they showed live her sentencing on
Yeah.
TV, and I had a mate's mum who had a champagne breakfast party
to watch Chappelle
to
go to
drink
jail.
champagne and see how long she got. So that's what they like. I mean, it's been a sad in between our last episode of JarFM and today. Like something terribly sad has occurred.
What, we've forgotten to celebrate Chappelle's demise.
Tonight is no longer.
It's devastating.
And so, who is going to deal with the dogs who go and eat kids in the western suburbs?
Yeah, someone
who's
should
going to deal
shoot
with this?
those dogs?
Well, there's a few shows around that could probably pick up the slack.
The project.
Yeah,
The
They're
project
not
is the
gonna.
first one that I was going to
The
mention.
project is a current affair and Today Tonight in disguise.
Yeah, and
It
with
really is.
and with no
The
name,
news is today tonight in disguise.
yeah, but the project has got no name 2-bit celebrities who dress up all serious, and I think they sold it initially as news for the young person, and then they eventually went, "Oh, this actually sucks. Let's just basically read the news."
Let's make it a current affair.
Yeah, so let's get some people who claim to be comedians, and let's make it light and funny. And then they went, "Oh, this isn't going to work. Stop being comedians because nobody's laughing, and try and be serious. And let's get Dr. Chris, the friendly vet, on there
Bondi vet.
to talk about political
He'd be a great
issues.
guest on today's show.
Has he got his rig off on air yet? Because basically that's all the women are watching for him to take his shirt off.
I must say, I've never actually watched a full episode of the project. 'cause
So
it's so hard.
this is what happened to me the other night. I've came over to Camberwell to water the garden while my mum's away, and I was watching TV on a school night, and I had it set to the Sochi 2014 Winter Olympics. I got home the next day just as the cricket was about to start. I've chucked the TV on Channel 10's come on.
Oh, yeah.
Right at the time the project was on. I was like, fuck. The 0 button,
Yeah.
the naught button on the Foxtel controller is fucked. And I'm rapidly trying to change the channel to 503 to get the cricket on. And the project's just
And
going
you're
and
just
going.
stuck. You're just
And
stuck with the project.
I was forced with 20 seconds of the project. It's the first time I've seen the project
no.
in
Oh,
3
boy.
years.
Oh boy.
And guess what they were talking about?
Politics.
Chappelle.
Chappelle.
Close.
God.
Women whose kids are getting sick because they're not breastfeeding because there's there's too much going on to be able to have time to breastfeed.
Yeah,
these days.
I personally don't have time to breastfeed.
So guess
people complain when you go to Hungry Jack's.
So guess what's happened?
Banned.
Other women that are
breastfeeding someone else's kids.
yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's actually, that harks back to the medieval times when you'd have wet nurses and their job would be to perpetually suckle children.
There's nothing wrong with it, but the way that it was presented, it was just like, are these women so stupid to think that something natural like breastfeeding and the fact that you don't do it and your kid gets sick and fucking whatever happens, they're like, oh, I didn't even realise that by not breastfeeding that there might be some sort of thing that would happen to my kids.
But come on, I mean, if you breastfeed, there's the whole, you've got to lift up your top or pull your top down, and then there's the whole child suckling on your nipple for a couple of minutes.
So
mate, it's hard work.
Do you know what? I think that we are the foremost voice on breastfeeding awareness.
Hey,
and,
I breastfed for ages when I was a kid.
Can you
One of
believe
the first things I ever did?
Given that we
I've breastfed
we
more
clearly
recently,
have
actually.
a high level of experience in the matter,
Can we?
No, look, I mean, I think it's just
alienating
the fact
50%
that
of our
that
audience.
it's better to drink the milk of another species. And
that's
it's
fucked.
disgusting to drink.
Yeah,
human milk.
that was the point that
absurd.
was the point that I was making. It was like this breaking scientific evidence that your kids are better off if they breastfeed, even from another mum.
No shit. Evolution sorted that out like 100 million years
Yeah,
Do you
ago.
want to know the worst thing about milk?
Okay,
I had
I'll go.
Human milk or any
no,
milk?
like milk that you buy from the shop.
So
When I learned
cow's
this, I was shocked.
I think I know where you're going with this, but I'm
Jar
going
tonight.
to sit back and just listen because this is
Roland.
probably really good.
All right,
Roland
so
Lewis
a
with another.
representative from a milk company
Parmalat?
factory came and spoke to my students, because I'm a teacher, about how milk is processed and made. There's this machine
Pasteurised.
called a spinner.
Yep.
Hold on. First, there's a machine called a cow.
All right, look, everyone knows that milk comes from a cow.
God made that.
Most
so we could
people
fucking
know
make
that
big
milk
ends, don't you know?
milk is pasteurised to kill all the bugs because they can't be fucked cleaning the tanks that milk's carried around in.
Oh, have you
Too
seen
hard
that?
basket. Too hard basket.
Anyway, there's a thing called a spinner. All right. Now, what this is, it's a conical machine that has spinners that spin at different speeds, and you pour the milk into it. And what happens is, when the milk is spun at different speeds, it separates it into the key elements that make it up. So the fat is taken away, the water's taken away, the whey's taken away, the calcium's taken away, everything it's pulled apart to its base elements, and then they get the ingredients and put it back together to create the milk that they want to make. So Rev is like pulled apart milk with only the
Yeah.
bits that they want to put back
And
in.
they just put a little bit
How
of the fat
fucked
back
up
in.
is that?
Yeah. And there's
Yeah.
also spinners on shows like The Project. You turn those sort of stories into...
Spin that right
Well,
around.
they
and
pull
turn
the
it
truth
into,
out, they pull the
Yeah.
humour out, they pull the life
and then
out of it.
they're like, oh, tonight on the project we talk about milk and how the CIA are adding things to it to make your brain dead. It's like, all right, if you say so. Mate, those
Well,
TV shows.
The thing that always freaked me out was like people were like, oh no, I don't do full cream milk, and full cream milk's 4% fat, and
Skim milk's
I
2%
drink
fat.
the 2% stuff, mate.
so if you want to do a percentage, it's half as much fatty
That's right.
or double as fatty if you do the full cream. But
50%,
It's like when the Pure Blonde first came out and the big low carb beer. I can't remember what pub was it. It might have been the Tote, and they had a big bowl of Skittles on the bar. And every time someone ordered a Pure Blonde, they got a free Skittle because that's the amount of calories that you're saving by getting a Pure Blonde over a full carb beer.
Yeah.
One Skittle worth, and they sell it as this. And,
Skittle brow.
Do you know what they did? Yeah, at the start, they sort of disguised the advertising as light beer too. A lot of people thought Pure Blonde was light,
Yeah.
and it's not. It
No,
just
but it's
tastes
full.
like shit.
Can someone explain to me what light beer is in America?
yeah, it's low carb.
Low carb.
Low carb.
That's what they call low carb.
And is that why do they need that? Like, because we didn't need
I know.
it.
Apparently, we need. I saw
And now we
Coors
need
Light
it.
at
No,
Dan Murphy's
yeah.
last
I mean,
week.
it's
really?
designed.
I like
It's
Coors Light.
designed. There's less. There's basically just less ingredients in it, so you feel
You
when you
wouldn't want
drink.
ingredients in
well,
beer.
to
No,
make
no, we're not
booze,
the
to make
recipe in the
booze,
world.
you need sugar. So
Yeah,
They're not marketing this to women, though. This is marketed to men.
yeah,
So
but
when are men giving a fuck about...
well,
calories.
I went to
seen-
Canada.
Have you seen America?
Yeah, they're rather fat.
Yeah.
So they need as minimal calories as they can get.
But that's not how it started, though. That's not how the beer production started.
No, but
They don't market it as something that's good for you like we try and do
no.
here.
Well, they're not really allowed to either because it's not good for you. It's still beer. But when I went over to Canada, I was drinking a reasonable amount of beer. And the nights when I was on the full strength stuff, I'd wake up feeling like shit. But the nights when I went out and just drank lights, I felt really
Because you
good.
can stay a little bit longer.
Well, it's that, but it's also they cut out some of the nasty shit that you
A lot of the
in-
preservatives,
Yeah.
sugars and things like that are added to preserve it more. So
Yeah.
if you take some of that out,
Yeah, they
maybe
cut
it's
it
a
out,
little less
and I was waking up
harsh.
feeling good and a lot less bloated and stuff as well. It's just it's a little bit better for your body.
I've always struggled to measure the severity of a hangover when I'm on holidays or overseas because you never get hungover.
I was,
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true at all. No.
but I drank every day for 30 days in Canada, and I drank a fair bit. And it wasn't really by design. I actually planned to not drink at all while I was over there, but
Oh yeah. So we saw how that turned. out.
yeah, it didn't turn out very well. But
I hate to see what happens when you go and plan to drink.
I went to Thailand
be
for that.
Prime Minister
and,
of Canada.
Yeah, it took me 3 months to recover from that one. But Canada, yeah, I found out after the first couple of weeks.
Well, Moosehead's a trashy beer, so that's.
I didn't
surprised.
touch that.
Moosehead's
I didn't-
alright.
I didn't go anywhere near it. Oh,
Nah, he took his own VBs over, mate.
Well, yeah, how are you living
I mean,
I was
without it?
drinking Miller Lights.
You know, I was talking about
and they were great.
what Roland was saying before with all the different milks. Like, surely just whatever it is, as close to how you get it in nature is always the best way to have anything.
We'd think so, wouldn't
Straight
you?
from the teat.
Not potatoes. You got to cook them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit you got to cook. Like
You don't have to
wheat.
cook potatoes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, they make
Yeah,
you,
they've
they
got-
kill you.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
yeah.
Well,
I've
I've
eaten
had
raw
raw
potato.
potato all my life, and I'm
You
not
can't
dead.
cook for a meal. You can't
You've
say-
never cooked one? You should try cooking
No,
them.
no,
They're
but every-
amazing.
But no. But every time I
And you
cook
should
it,
try
I eat
deep
it raw.
frying them. They're even better then.
There's plenty of things. Humans, we need to process things with fire. I mean, that's
Yeah, I'd always cook
best
fire
way.
before I ate it.
I generally don't eat fire.
It's really
personally.
dangerous.
Chicken, you got to cook chicken.
Yeah,
You got to cook chicken.
generally.
Oh, do you?
No,
No, but do you actually need to?
Well, unless you're going to kill it and eat it straight
If you
away.
picked up a chicken, a live chicken, and just started hoeing into it, what's the difference to that to picking up a
Yeah, you'd
fish
be
out of the
fine.
river and starting eating on a fish?
Maybe. What about pork? Would you do it with a pig?
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it
any-
full stop.
I wouldn't do it with many animals.
any
But a
live
mermaid, if that existed, I'd do it. With
any
her.
live animal you can eat as soon as you kill it, you can eat it.
Really?
Yeah. The problem is
storage.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
problem is you leave it longer and it build up a bacteria.
Yeah, that Bondi vet looking guy at Coles,
yeah.
who's like big
Curtis
tooth-
Stone.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I can't
serving
stand that.
serving the menu.
Full meals for under $10, mind you. That's pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah, doing it for the
All Coles
battlers.
meat is now South free.
It's the freshest. Oh,
But yeah, if you waded into a stream and caught a
fucking hate
fish like
Coles.
a bear and
Yeah.
just started hoeing into it, it's fine. You'd be fine. But
I
course
feel
you
like
would.
that's true.
yeah, but
Of course
if you
it is.
but
It's
if you
true if it's fresh.
sushi.
if you catch the fish and leave it for 2 or 3 days and then you eat it,
That's why we've
you're
got
fucked.
useless organs, things like the appendix that we
That's
don't
true.
use anymore.
Yeah.
We don't use the kidneys.
Gallbladder.
we use the kidneys a
No,
lot.
no, but
you die without
but
them.
not for their full. Like all, there's a reason why I've got
They don't
something
build
like
up with little
appendix.
bits of rock. And
The heart, we don't use that
eating
anymore.
krill.
No,
Ever since
well,
we started cooking.
all right. But we don't use everything to what it's fully designed for because we used to eat everything raw.
I don't believe that nature has an intention.
It's eat or be eaten.
Haven't
and
you,
that's the
haven't
way
you seen
dogs
the
live.
statement of intention that it put out at the
It
start?
was in the Bible,
Sure, it's mission
chapter,
statement, but I
chapter
don't think
13, verse 6 or something. But
Well,
dogs,
there can't be a purpose, otherwise that purpose might be found at some point, and then that's not harmony.
No.
it's true.
Hey, don't laugh at me, Roland.
Conclusion.
What were you laughing at?
JarFM.
Yes.
Going deep.
But,
I didn't laugh at you before when you started going deep about Jesus.
oh, yeah.
Well,
He went
look,
so deep
I'd
with
like to
Jesus.
bring it all the way back home. Talking about going in deep, doggy
dogs.
style.
Doggy style. Yes. Yes. Back to the
It was
dogs.
always going to happen,
It
wasn't
was,
it?
yeah. I just needed an
Yeah.
in.
But I
Pardon
guess-
the pun.
Yeah. The dogs,
Dogs do things fresh, like sexual positions.
And the way and it's true. It's true. They're pioneers in their field.
Hey, oh, that's right. There was some time when a caveman looked over and goes,
Hang on a second.
Yeah, he's
doing
onto
it the
something.
right way.
Let's
That
have a look
bitch
at
is
it.
onto something. But dogs are a prime example of our digestive system too. Like, digestion in general of raw food. Like, they can't eat chocolate. Give them chocolate and they're fucked.
Is that just a thing because we want to keep the chocolate for ourselves, though?
No, I've witnessed it firsthand. It's not great. But
Yes.
they eat, obviously, raw meat. Preferably, if they can catch it, they'll eat it. And
Same with cats.
yeah, and their digestive system's
So-
just fine.
Falcons.
probably mostly a metabolism thing for that raw meat, isn't it? Like they would just go through it so quick that wouldn't
Oh.
have time to.
It's like when you eat a steak and the next morning you get that really sloppy sort of flapping around of the butt cheeks as you hit the...
I don't know what you're talking
This
about. I feel,
might
I feel
just be
great
you.
after a steak.
Flapping
I wake
your
up
butt
feeling really
cheeks.
good.
Hey, I got that flappiness again.
Have you been eating steak?
No.
Swear
Speaking
to
of
God.
digestion, we've got a track here called Gut Towers.
Oh yeah.
Oh. This was written and recorded in New York City.
I can feel it manifest in my gut, cut claws stored up the four corners of my stash drawer. Calling no passion, withdraw your cash pack bags. Lead this beast to the back of the blackboard. Let him draw all he likes till his finger flesh flames like a phoenix in the back of the night. Blindfold him, hold him down with the bottom of a boot torn crown. Make him beg till he's blue now. Make his head hang loose and his legs land lower than he knows what to do with them. Kiss him on the lips with the black bile smile. No shit, let him stew, let him brew in it. Let him prove he can do it. If he's that damn stupid, sit back, act human. If he catches on fine, let him scratch it all night. How's he gonna realize he ain't a fucking child? Snipers in the grey skies, circus in the head, flame in the eye, quit dead. Fingers lost, grip curled up in the corner of a king-size bed. Snipers in the grey skies, circus in the head, flame in the eye, quit dead. Fingers lost, grip curled up in the corner of a king-size bed. He's got a dagger and a goon bag, backpack of old news, but he knew that. And gotta choose that, new shoes shine, shuffle, hustle like a new dad. This is not you, this is what you gonna do about it.
And we're back.
That was quick. That was good. Are you going to give yourself a jar rating there, Dan?
Well, I guess.
Ribble
Can
2.0.
someone else give us a
Well,
jar rating?
It's Roland's turn. Roland hasn't given one yet.
It
Yes.
was a bit of a dog act doing that. putting
No, look, I
my-
mean, we
Shameless
don't have a musical guest, so I guess
You're it.
you
that
playing
was
your
it.
own song, I can deal with that.
Okay.
All right, so what was the name of that song again?
Gut Towers.
Gut Towers. So given the fact that it was perfectly on topic, I'll give you one jar for that.
It's better than no jars.
I
currently
quite
107.
enjoyed the beats and the underlying rhythm of it, so I'll give you a jar for that.
2 out of 7. 2 out of 7.
I can't say that I heard many of the words because I spent most of my time having a giggle at the chicken and the fact that no one can hear the music that's playing anyway. So I can't
Well,
give you a jar for
No,
that.
but the people on the podcast can hear. It's just the live webcam that we're talking about.
Oh right, yeah. So those lyrics that you listen to, if you can post
now studied
on the
perfectly in the
JarFM
future.
Facebook page whether you would give that a jar, please do.
They sounded nothing
Um,
like this.
And I'm going to have to give you another jar because you're right here in front of me, and I feel a little bit awkward.
3 out of 7.
And half a jar for good measure.
3.5 out of 7.
3.5 jars.
Jars of.
Jars of
It was recorded in New York, did you say?
It was recorded in New York.
New York.
So you'd have to pour them out of a 40.
On Manhattan Island.
So
Manhattan.
Grey Goose vodka.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's just come from nowhere, but all right.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I recorded that at Ground Zero, in a hotel within
Yeah.
I don't know
Grey Goose.
10 meters of it. So
Made
Grey
from
Goose.
the blood of dead Americans.
Yeah, wow. Well, is that what's Grey Juice Grey Goose.
Grey Goose
Grey
vodka.
Goose and blood.
Yeah, that's their whole marketing ploy. Grey Goose vodka, made from the blood of dead Americans.
Oh my, flows free.
So you could be in for an extra point. Could go up to 4.5 if the
Depending
people of Facebook deem that the lyrics that I didn't hear are worthy of an extra point. So you're in the mix for quite a good score.
That's
All
not
right.
bad.
Okay,
All right.
Pend-
We can maybe
pending.
check in with that score
Result
next week.
pending. Okay, so something I wanted to ask.
Ask it.
There's dogs represented in cartoon dogs are interesting. There's lots.
Fantastic.
The one I don't understand is Disney. Is Goofy a dog?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Is Pluto a dog?
Yes.
Yes.
Is Pluto a retarded dog? Because he
Yes.
can't talk and walk like Goofy can and do shit. It's weird.
It's a pet dog, and Goofy's a proper dog.
Smarter dogs than others.
What?
There's smart breeds of dogs.
I've
and
seen
there's dumb-
cartoons where Goofy builds a house and Pluto just comes and goes.
Yeah, because Pluto's the family dog that goes out to the kennel, and Goofy's it's the same. Like, have you ever seen a duck talk? Have you seen?
Yeah, but they're in the same thing. So how is a dog represented as one thing and
You
another
just
thing?
got to use your imagination and
Imagine if-
decipher which one's the real human-like dog and which one's the pet
Hang on.
dog.
It's like if Donald Duck had a pet duck who was a dumb duck, but
Yeah.
he's still a duck. It's weird.
Well, it's weird, but it's just how it is.
Here's a question:
cartoons.
Has anyone ever seen Porky Pig and Elmer Fudd in the same room together? Because I suspect that they're the same person.
He's in costume.
Oh my
Picture
God,
it.
my childhood is a lie.
They have the exact same head.
They do, yeah. Because kids like things that are familiar. That
That's
look
an
the
interesting
same.
one.
Well, it's all about anthropomorphization of things.
Humanization
I
of
put an
things.
extra
The humanization
syllable
of things.
Just making up words. Whatever. You're the producer.
Anthropomorphize.
You're the producer. You can
The
do
way
whatever
that
you want.
humans
right. I'm
change
God.
things in their head.
Yeah, well, you look at an animal, like when you know how people think that dogs have facial expressions.
And
They don't.
They don't. It's the same as people look at a tree and they can see a face.
Yeah,
We're,
or
we're,
a
we're programmed to
cloud.
see faces
Yes.
because that's our most important thing that we can see.
Does anyone see that in cars when a car's coming down the road? Each car
yes.
has a
Yeah,
different
especially as a
facial
kid, I thought
expression and-
every different car had a face. For sure.
Yeah.
And then they went and made Cars the movie just to
But what
make sure that everyone sees cars,
yeah,
faces
but
in
what I don't
cars.
understand, I always had the headlights as the eyes.
Yes.
And in the movie, the eyes were just like in the middle of the windscreen.
That's
The
not
windscreen.
right. That's not
No,
right.
The
They
eyes
make
are
it
the
too much
headlights,
work for
right?
themselves.
Like Birdie Beetle or whatever that.
Yeah, Birdie Beetle. He was a car.
Brum.
You're thinking of the Melbourne show.
Oh no. Well, who's the
Herbie.
Herbie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
His
you
mouth
know,
was the bonnet.
It's close enough.
His mouth was above his eyes, technically.
A strange face.
I know, right?
What about dogs in cars?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why you got to put the window down.
Leave them in there. Yeah, that's the way. Leave them babies. They can fend for themselves.
My favourite
Yeah.
dog in car moment is actually a TV show called Wilfred.
Yeah.
And
That's where I was going.
where a bloke dresses up in a dog costume
Yeah.
and pretends that he can speak like a human being, but he's
Doesn't
actually, in
pretend.
fact, a dog.
For the listeners out there who aren't aware, I was in that show.
You were too.
Ribble 2.0.
Yep.
Jumping out of the back of a penny van
It's full
in
of
a
bong
haze
smoke.
of smoke.
Yeah, yeah. Dreadlocks.
That was
if
what-
you look in the credits, my name's Steve.
That was the moment when I couldn't decipher between TV and reality. When I saw that
Yeah.
moment, I was like, "What's
That
going
or when
on?"
Robbo arrested
Sean
Vince
McCullough.
Colosimo in the first episode of Underbelly.
Yeah,
So
and
producer
arrested.
Ribble 1.0 put Vince Colosimo in one hell of an armbar, apparently. And Colosimo actually
No,
scolded
wasn't that Sean
Robbo.
McCullough?
That's Sean
in the
McCullough.
crack?
Oh,
in the crack, yeah.
well, whoever it was, Robbo reckoned that he put on a reasonably tight armbar, and he was later
His method.
chastised.
His method.
Yeah, his method.
I can tell the story if you'd like, producer Ribble.
Armbar, like a...
like behind
an arm
the back.
lock.
Oh, right. I thought he had him on the
So-
ground.
Yeah,
Fucking
no,
jiu-jitsu
no.
on him.
Our previous producer, Ribble 1.0, was often features an extra in a bunch of things, and his most famous thing was being a cop. And so he was a cop in Underbelly, he was a cop in The Crack, and he was also in Today Tonight quite a fair bit as well.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
He has that sort of policeman look about it, that soft policeman look, you know.
yeah, smart.
Like a
Yeah,
shit
that's why we
cop.
call him Robbo Cop.
Well, that is police though. Like, I mean, not to interrupt too much, but that is
Soft
police.
useless wankers.
They've just probably been bullied as a child, and they go, I probably need a gun.
Yep. The Robbo would fit that.
Yeah.
In fact,
That's why we wanted to become a
we
PSO.
wanted him to become a cop for a long, long time, and he never bought it.
But a PSO, 4-week gun course, and you can go shoot guns. at
Exactly.
Broadmeadows.
But there's another topic that we can talk about there, which we may get to. But I just want to harp back on my favourite dog in car moment from that TV show Wilfred, when this human dog that can talk, but is a dog, gets his head out the window and sees just a random car come past. And I believe this is actually the episode that our producer,
It
Ribble
is.
2.0,
Yeah, they're on
was
the way
actually
down to
in.
the beach.
They're on their way down to the beach. He leans out the window and says, "What the fuck are you looking at? Come, what the fuck are you looking at? You fucking cunt. What the fuck are you looking at?" And it's almost
He goes,
like...
Adam, this guy's fucking looking at me.
Yeah, that's it. And it's exactly how a dog would talk in that moment.
For sure.
If it could talk in our language.
Oh, well, that show's fantastic for that. I love when he's sitting in the room, and a dog would normally sit on the ground, but he's a human, so he's sitting in an armchair, just looking bored as fuck. And then he just goes, "What the fuck? Who the fuck's that?" And then the door knocks.
Yeah. That'll be the fucking postie.
Yeah, that'd be the post. You tell that cunt I want to wear with him.
Great show.
Yeah, fantastic.
What are your thoughts on the new episode, the new season?
Well,
the
I really
American
like it.
one?
I can't deal with it.
And I like
Elijah.
I like
Wood.
Harry Potter in it. Yeah,
No, it's
I-
Elijah.
Frodo.
Wood.
Frodo.
Frodo.
Yeah.
Frodo. But I love that he's still just an Aussie. He's still basically the same Wilfred.
Well,
Doesn't say cunt.
he hasn't changed, but the show...
Yeah, but
drop
it's
cunt.
HBO. You can't say it in the States. They,
HBO?
Well,
Yeah, you
not
can do-
not the time that they want to show Wilfred.
Yeah, no, they wanted to make it a little bit
They
more
impose
family.
restrictions on themselves. It's not an FCC thing over there because they're not
'Cause
broadcast.
they don't-
They're cable.
Yeah, and they want to
But-
an
But
extension.
that makes sense. Yeah.
But I get the sense that it's changed more to the character of that Frodo Baggins and less about Wilfred. That's the impression that I get. And I want it to be all about Wilfred. I know that the Australian version was about Adam and how he just couldn't make shit happen. He was just pathetic. He was a pathetic human being who couldn't
Yeah.
hold down a girlfriend, and he couldn't even deal with the girlfriend's dog. Like, I
But that's,
get that.
That's pretty much Frodo. It's pretty much Frodo in the American one. It's just more made.
Yeah.
It's geared towards families going, haha, isn't it
Well-
funny that this dog can talk?
But what I appreciate as far as American, it's probably not as much of American remake as something like The Office, and they use like the same script for the first series and then do something else. It's actually another show.
Yeah.
It's kind of
And
like
I think they made it for an American market, but it's a different show. It doesn't use the exact same plot as the first series. And I hate American shows how they do that.
it might
Someone
be-
says, "Oh, watch the American Office third series; it gets good." Can't be fucking wasting my time getting up to season 3 of a TV show before it gets good. Fuck that noise.
agree.
Can we talk about dog cunts?
We were talking about cops before.
They're dog.
Bringing it
Well,
back.
you can't stereotype
No, they're
cops.
pigs. They're pigs. Come on.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
but
not
that's
dogs.
for
but
next
they're dog
week.
cunts. Like they're people who are out to do mischief.
I think
Like
that's-
they're fucking with you. They don't want you to. You're not an adult. They're your dad. They know what's best.
Can I
Do
tell
you
you?
think that's an overgeneralization of police
It
officers?
is.
It is.
It's
That's how we talk about
Coming
things.
from
in
me.
JarFM. It's extremes, one or the
We
other.
overgeneralize.
Religion.
Kind of,
It's all
our
fake.
thing.
Can I tell you guys a story from about 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
On my way back from Geelong Beer Festival with Roland, got to Southern Cross Station, and it's fair to say I had a few drinks.
At a beer festival.
Yeah.
Shock horror.
Yeah, and
Can't do that.
when I've had a few too many drinks, I can go a number of ways, but this particular time I just couldn't not speak my mind, so I was talking to people and saying stuff. And I walked past a couple of PSOs, Protective Services officers, at the train station. Who
Did you feel
carried-
safe?
Well, funny you should mention that, DVT. I walked past and I just said, I feel very unsafe because you guys are carrying weapons. And then I just continue on my way. I don't know why I said it. I just said it and I kept going.
At a high risk station that was probably Southern Cross.
Southern Cross Station.
Yeah, massive high risk.
And on my way down the escalators, I look back and I see that I've got 4 goons chasing me down the escalator. So I went and sat down on my seat, and then I got surrounded by these guys. They're like, "What are you up to?" And I go, "I don't need to tell you anything." And they're like, "What was with that comment before?" And I said, "Well, exactly what I meant." I said, "You guys are carrying guns, and I'm not comfortable with that, and I don't feel safe in my community because you're walking around carrying guns," which triggered a whole bunch of obviously protocol.
Pardon the pun.
Which was, pardon the pun, which was, where have you been? What are you doing? Have you got ID? Show me you've got a valid train ticket, which I complied with because I know what can happen if you don't comply. But I just thought it was absolutely amazing that you could walk past and not feel safe and say something, which triggered a whole bunch of reactions from people with guns. It was just,
It's not great. And
they're dogs.
Yep.
I just think it's more like where we live. I think we might have even brought it up before, but this beautiful station, Newmarket, which is like one of the old original stations. It's been upgraded a few times. Still got the old awnings and old brickwork.
Lovely.
Big fuck off white and blue box now.
Fibro Shack.
Yeah, where PSOs can change their vests and hold people till the cops come. And it's just like, well, what the fuck? And I always wondered, and I spoke about this the last couple of days, protective service officers. Why are they called that? And now I know, because they're being incorporated into the rest of Victoria.
They're a subgroup of police.
Yeah, they're not going to be on the public transport system for much longer. They're going to be just general.
They're a
general
subgroup of
control.
So
police.
there's going to be, we'll have brown shirts and white shirts and the equivalent of different fucking death squads.
Definitely.
Basically.
Definitely.
They're glorified security
They
guards.
can't afford to pay cops to do it, so they're going to get PSOs to do the work.
So it's
Moving
like
on
Just imagine
protests.
how
Moving on
shit
crowds of
your
4
previous job would have been before you became a PSO.
Working in the shoe factory like Robbo.
Is he?
Yeah, we wanted to become PSO. Robbo Cup.
Is he working in a shoe factory? We make shoes in
no,
Australia.
he works in an office. He works in an office doing sales and marketing.
They're
That's
PSO.
probably what people then come from that sort of work. Oh, that's not really nice.
they
to
come
say.
from jobs.
Sorry, internet.
They come from jobs paying less than $20 an hour, and they want to make $25 an hour or something.
They get paid. I think it's pretty much minimum wage.
SPC hard motor.
It's more than that. It's they get paid okay.
Holden.
50?
Around 50
Ford.
a year, I think, which is
Toyota.
more than what a lot of people make.
What?
All those people, PSOs in the making. Holden factory.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
what are they
on
going
the
to
way
do?
out. Ford
Yeah,
factory
yeah.
on the way
Yeah,
out.
no, but those people
Toyota.
actually have
On the way out.
those
Nice
people
way to-
actually
nice
have
way to get back.
transferable talent.
Oh, it's
To
not
what?
really transferable because they're specific to the plant used in the plant.
That's
so
right.
there's a dude who operates a machine that's the only one in the world.
Yeah,
Because it
but I mean,
makes
the-
Toyota windscreens go in.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's
no
right,
one
yeah.
now that machine's not
Yeah.
used anymore, so that guy doesn't have any skills. He's got to learn some new shit. Got to
yeah,
learn how
but
to shoot.
you could transfer the knowledge
That's
of
right.
that to another car company or something like that.
Yeah, you
Like,
can, but that takes a lot of money, or else you can just get a 4-week gun course.
Yeah.
Start patrolling Melbourne
it's-
streets with a gun.
But they're not the people. That's not how those people want to live. It's the people who feel scared of life who become PSOs. They're like, I want to feel power. I want to feel powerful. I don't have any other skills, and I suppose this is the job that I can do. I can go to TAFE for 4 weeks and learn how to shoot a gun, and then I can pick on people.
So
Is
I
it a
think
TAFE
I've met,
course?
I've met some rad cops who
Yeah, there's
you know,
awesome cops out there.
and people could be PSOs and actually do good things.
A proper-
but it's just the mentality they put them in there, and it's walking around and looking into the trains, and it's just like, well, just don't. You don't
That's-
have to be like that. You don't have to be dressed looking just.
It's
the
not
only-
how they're told to work, though.
I know, but the only difference when you're looking at them that you know if they're a PSO or a cop is that the one's got the cop on the back and one doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a deliberate thing for them to look like they do.
That's right, yeah. But the thing is that a proper cop, as you say, and there's plenty of them out there, is an extension of the society, which is that they're trying to make sure that the community functions properly. That's why you often get lots of good country cops, because they know that they have to compromise. They can't actually throw the rule book out 100% of the time, because if they do throw the rule book out 100% of the time, they're not going to have a functioning community.
And do you know what? Blue heelers are amazing animals. And that was an amazing TV show.
Oh, look at the linkage here. The segue.
A massive crime rate in a small country town. But gee, didn't that fat guy from the insurance ad know how
John
to
Wood.
run a cop
John
shop?
Wood.
John
Yep.
Wood, yeah.
Yeah, that was the epicenter of crime. It's actually where all the world's crime leached from. It was a centrifugal point of
It
crime.
was the Hayman Islands
They put it
of
through
country
the,
Victoria.
through the mixer.
Yeah, yeah.
Little fun fact for you guys. You know where the actual police station, where they filmed out the front of the police station, what town in Victoria that was from?
Williamstown
Corumbaran.
at Michael Jones's house. I know the guy whose house it is.
The house. Well, that's not the house. No, I'm talking about the actual police station with the...
Yeah, that's a house. They just put the police thing out the front and took photos of it and took a little.
Well, maybe
bit
they
of
did it in a couple of
B-roll.
locations, because I've heard a contradictory type of story.
Oh, tell me
The
more.
Castlemaine
Let
police
the debate
station.
begin.
The
I think
Cas-
they
the
filmed
Castlemaine,
a few different
The Castlemaine police station is the stock footage that they had out the front of where they were heading into.
I'm going to contest that, and we'll come back next week.
Yeah, well, this is our first little challenge.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to have a phone in. If someone's listening and they want to Google that,
Yeah.
Great,
Goddle it.
I've heard from a few sources that it was Williamstown, so I don't.
All right.
I can't verify any of them. But
Well, a listener of JarFM, Sam Loy, was actually on Blue Healers, was
Yes,
he not,
was.
Roland?
Yes, he was a ne'er-do-well youth.
They had a lot of those.
Yeah. Well, it stems from the crime facilitation facility that they have in that little town. What was the name of the town?
Mount Thomas.
Mount Thomas.
Mount Thomas to...
If you spell that backwards, it's the devil is crime.
What was the rival? You know how there's always a rival town? Like in Home and Away, it's
There's Yabby Creek.
Summy Bay and Yabby Creek.
Yeah.
And it's what's in The Simpsons?
Shelbyville.
Yeah. And
And it's Shelbyville.
but so was it in Mount Thomas to something?
it was something crossing. Something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
you're right.
Hoppers Crossing, but not Hoppers Crossing.
Cooper's Crossing? Copper's Crossing?
Mount Thomas to Cooper's Crossing, VKC. Do you read me?
I reckon it's Cooper's Crossing. It's
Something like that, isn't it?
Were those cops bent in Cooper's Crossing?
All cops are bent.
I think they incorporated a couple of new recruits and they were bent.
Yeah.
I think
Bloody
Dash
Cooper's
McKinley.
Crossing.
she wasn't bent, but the other guy that was with her was. I think I can't remember his name.
Andrew Veneman.
Yeah,
I think he ended up
Yeah.
going and playing
Yeah,
Andrew Veneman. But
So
that's
the biggest dog cunt that there is Tony Abbott. I just had to bring him up. We mentioned him briefly before. What a cunt of a bloke! Like a dog cunt of a bloke.
I actually think that I will call him a dog because I'm gonna start using dog because it's worse than cunt.
So, well, hang on though.
He's a dog.
He's a
If
dog.
you're not aware that you're a dog cunt, are you still a dog cunt?
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
if a tree falls down the forest and nobody's here.
Does a dog piss on it?
So what that means? So that means that you can
that's
just
not the right analogy.
aimlessly just go about your business being a dog.
But he's stupid. Like he's not an intelligent individual.
So
When was the last world
with
leader
life.
who was intelligent?
Kevin Rudd and Obama.
It
both.
wasn't what's his face? The American dude, Bill Clinton. He's intelligent.
He was switched on. He was a switched on unit. But
Yeah, but
Obama,
he was
all
turned
his,
on, that's
all
for
his
sure.
brains was in his dick.
Paul Keating was doing all right. You hear that Redfern address thing? That was
Yeah,
pretty good.
World
he
leader.
did well.
though.
World
Australians
world
aren't
leader.
leaders.
What's a what?
Well,
oh, you
The
mean-
American
Leader.
prime minister.
No, There's
Obama's a very
Fucking
switched on
JFK.
guy.
Yeah, he was more like Bill Clinton than anything.
Yeah, but they're both smart dudes.
He gets a bigger rap than he probably deserves, I reckon. JFK.
He wasn't
I might
around.
get
he was-
shot,
he
but
was-
that's
yeah.
okay.
He was charismatic.
He also put his dick in anything with a pulse.
Yeah, well, that's
That's what
that's
all
what,
did until the internet.
That's what you do.
I reckon.
As
the
as,
internet came out when Bill Clinton was doing that, and
Yeah.
then they got the memo. No, can't do it anymore. The internet.
Did he have to sign off on that memo?
Yeah, probably. It's in the museum of the internet.
The biggest problem I have with Monica Lewinsky is she ruined a bunch of good cigars.
yeah.
I reckon it would burn. I don't know if you've ever put tobacco on the inside of your mouth before, but fuck.
But no,
Track.
We're out of tracks.
We might
So,
not have any.
do you know what we need to do?
Roland needs a track.
No. What we
cops
need.
are after us.
Yeah,
Can
this
you
is
hear
what
that?
chopper-
The helicopters just
No, this is what we
turning
need.
around outside.
This is what we need to do. I think we've wound it up for today.
Yeah, I reckon we have. Do
And
we
I
have
think
it
and I
now?
think we need to go out with the producer on piano.
No.
But we're live, and I just said it, and you've just said no. So now you're making me look like a fool.
All right, so we go out with some Blacksmith Hopkins, like we always
We'll go
do.
out with some Blacksmith Hopkins.
Yeah, next time. All right, thanks everyone.
Hang on. We got to.
Oh, we'll cue that up.
Got to keep
But
talking.
in summary, I suppose dogs.
What's your
can be-
favourite dog?
My favorite. Ooh, that's a hard one, man. My favorite dog's probably my current dog.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
There's been some great dogs. Lassie. Lassie was a good dog. Seemingly could understand human language, which is brilliant.
Charlie the Wonder Dog.
Charlie the Wonder
Charlie
Dog.
the One Dog was a ripper.
He was a good dog.
Yeah, I never really got into that, but yeah, there's been plenty of good dogs, and there's obviously plenty of really fucking bad dogs as well. And we missed a lot of stuff about dogs, like dog fighting and
Dog owners.
dog owners.
One thing I hate about Facebook is the pictures of people just randomly have of like
Kids.
well, yeah.
kids, dogs, and their
Oh
their
yeah,
own
well, talking
face.
about that. the
What
other
about
day-
people calling dogs my kids?
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Or Daddy's gonna feed you now.
Weird.
Psychos.
Yes, okay. But, yeah, and I don't know, one of my little pet hates that's popped up in the media recently is people marking the fence of someone,
What is
of a
that?
dog owner.
Yeah, I reckon a lot of that
And-
stuff's bullshit.
And pinching dogs.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway, that's a
okay,
little bit
so
of
that's
pet
your
hate of mine.
favourite dog, your dog.
My dog currently is my favourite dog.
Stu?
My favourite dog?
Yeah.
I don't have one.
Cartoon dog, Wilfred.
He likes the retarded dog Pluto.
I don't. I don't have a favourite dog. I'm not a dog fan. I don't really like dogs.
Cats.
I like particular characteristics of dogs, but I've never found one that's out and out good enough to be liked.
Fair enough. Roland?
My favourite dog goes without saying that it was my dog when I was growing up, Pepper. But apart from him, apart from the obvious, I'd have to say Charlie the Wonder Dog's my favourite dog. Because he never did what he was told, and it made the show really funny.
I'd have to say the Wood Dog is my favourite.
The wood dog.
He's got a bit of a cult following in Melbourne. He's a
The wood dog. Is he a poon hound?
He's a poon hound. He's a poon hound ghetto rapper,
Yeah,
I like it.
nice.
and he invades. And
He does invade.
he takes
Invades,
he
destroys,
takes he takes pre-recorded
spifflicates.
material from behind and
doggy
busts
styles
the shit
it.
out of it.
He
Yeah.
does
You
it
know,
in
like
his
when a
own
dog
doggy
grabs
style.
a footy or a mattress and
And
just
starts.
That's what the Wood Dog does.
Yep, the wood dog. And yeah, and I guess the our producer, your favourite dog.
Those dogs that carry a present on the internet. That's my favourite dog. I don't know if you've seen that before.
Oh yes,
Google it. Google
yes,
it now.
yes. I did post that image on Facebook.
That's surprising because you hardly post many images at all.
I know.
Yeah, you don't do that.